All right, our top story first. Riya Chakravarti has reached the Enforcement Directorate's office for the second time for another round of intense grilling. Her brother, Shobhik Chakravarti, is also being questioned. They are facing allegations of forgery and money laundering levelled against them by the late actor's family. Meanwhile, CNN News 18 has accessed the income tax returns filed by Riya Chakravarti that raises some big questions. As per the IT records, Riya's income between 2017 and 19 remained at about 18 lakh, but her fixed assets jumped tenfold. Her plush properties in Mumbai are also under the scanner of the ED, as she hasn't even submitted documents on transactions. Ashish Merishi is getting us more details on that story. Mihir Trivedi also joining us from Riya Chakravarti's residence. Radhika Ramaswamy as well. So is Vinaya Deshpande. First to you, Ashish, as far as the financial transactions and the alleged misdealings are concerned, give us an idea about what exactly is under the scanner apart from the two properties that Riya has invested in.
Well, in fact, if you go through the income tax return of Riya Chakravarti, 2017-18 and 18-19, that is what we have been able to access. So these two ITRs does not show any big, massive transaction as far as, either a purchase of property goes or investment into any mutual funds. So there is no big transaction. The income tax return for 2017-18 and 18-19 shows income of around 18.5 lakhs. This is gross income before paying tax. Now, after paying tax, it comes to around 14.5-15 lakh rupees. But with that kind of money, can you purchase a house in Mumbai? The answer is absolutely no. So, from where did these houses were purchased? From where did the money come for purchase of this house? That is a big question mark. As far as the purchase of properties goes, there has been a request by Enforcement Directorate for the last 4 days. This is the 5th day today since they requested for the property documents. Till now, the documents have not been submitted. We still need to find out if today they are carrying those property documents or not. If you remember last time, when Riya was asked about these property documents, she told the property documents are with the chartered accountant. But the chartered accountant said the property documents are with Riya, and ultimately Riya said she doesn't remember where those property documents are. So it looks to be on the face of it that they are trying to hide something where the funding for these properties came. Let's see if they submit these property documents today. Till late evening yesterday, I had spoken to my sources in the Enforcement Directorate and they confirmed to me that she had not submitted those property documents.
Okay.
Apart from that, there is some shareholder fund of around 35 to 42 lakhs. There is some increase also, in the shareholder fund. So one needs to find out where is she holding this share. Is it, into certain companies that she's holding certain shares? Has the shareholders fund increased over a period of time? That is another area of investigation. Her fixed assets have also increased from around 90,000 to 9 lakh rupees over a period of time. So we still need to find out what these assets are. But ultimately, if you see the ITR, we don't see too many big transactions. Apart from that, my sources in the Enforcement Directorate, they have already cleared that the 15 crore rupees amount that Sushant Singh Rajput has, the family has alleged about siphoning of around 15 crore rupees, that looks to be little unlikely as of now, because that big transactions are not available, at least in the bank statement of Riya Chakravarti. We're trying to access a copy of the of the bank statement of Riya Chakravarti, but at least on the face of it, it is not visible that 15 crore rupees have been siphoned. But was this money, was Riya Chakravarti indirect beneficiary of the funds? That needs to be investigated as of now. Whether the family members were indirect beneficiaries, that needs to be looked at. But Shobhik Chakravarti, whether the amount is less, no doubt about it, the amount remains to be less in his bank statement. But yes, the money from Sushant Singh accounts bank account has been transferred to Shobhik Chakravarti's personal bank account. That is visible.
All right, be with us. Vinaya was also with us. Vinaya, in fact, the alleged involvement of the family in so-called money swindling, as has been said by the family members of Sushant Singh Rajput. Just take us through the specific allegations against the father, the mother and the brother also. What is the family saying? What is the family of Sushant Singh Rajput saying?
Well, several allegations have been levelled against Riya Chakraborty and her family. by Sushant Singh Rajput's family. The first and foremost is that she tried to control everything and she cut off the contact of Sushant Singh with the rest of his family members. She was primarily responsible for isolating him from the rest of the family, and that is the allegation against the brother with respect to the economic part of it, saying that the money that the company of Sushant Singh Rajput's had invested, that money was also routed through the brother. It went into the brother's account. The family played a major role in isolating Sushant Singh Rajput from the rest of the family, is what Sushant Singh Rajput's family members have alleged. Riya, on her part, has completely denied those claims. In fact, just yesterday, we accessed those WhatsApp conversations between Sushant and Riya, where Sushant is seen calling his sister pure evil. He also calls her manipulative. He talks about the incident where Riya has alleged that one of the sisters of Sushant Singh Rajput had actually, in an inebriated condition, molested her. So all these conversations in which Riya tries to say that, there were problems within the family and that Sushant Singh Rajput wanted to escape, that part of the conversation we have seen. We have also seen how today morning one of the sisters posted on a social media platform saying how Sushant Singh Rajput attributed his success and who he was to his sisters. So a blame game there happening between both the families, really. What is important though is now within the next few days there will be a jurisdiction issue that will be cleared out in the court of law, and while the Bihar government has transferred the probe to CBI, which has already initiated action into it, the Maharashtra government has said time and again, and in fact even through an affidavit which has been filed in the Supreme Court, that there is no question that the jurisdiction primarily lies with the Maharashtra government and it will investigate the case, and even for a CBI probe, a nod from the Maharashtra government will be required. The government seems to be quite strong on that aspect.
Yes, absolutely. Be with us. Also, you did mention that the CBI, of course, is looking at the case right now. Radhika, just tell us, this, of course, is the financial aspect of the investigation that the ED is looking at. But what about details of the probe that the CBI is carrying out? Tell us a little more about that as well.
You know, as far as the CBI probe is concerned, yes, the CBI FIR more or less talks about what the Bihar police FIR talks about. And the transfer of case to CBI is something that the Bihar government wanted. So it clearly talks about abetment, charges of cheating, wrongful confinement, and one of the most important aspect which the ED is of course investigating, which is part of the CBI FIR, is also the allegations of siphoning off of rupees 15 crore by Riya Chakrabarti from Sushant Singh Rajput's accounts. That is being examined very closely by Enforcement Directorate, where I'm standing right now. There is, as you can see behind me, this place is completely guarded. A lot of police presence at the moment, simply because this is almost the second time that Riya Chakrabarti is coming. Third time Souvik Chakrabarti is coming. A lot of media presence here as well. So over the last couple of days, this place has been buzzing simply because of the rounds of questioning that has been going on over the probe. Of course, it all, although CBI has taken over the case, it needs a lot of information from the Mumbai police as well, not just from the Bihar police, because Mumbai police had also, investigated this case for close to 50 days, whereby recording of statements of various people had happened. Therefore, CBI would want some sort of cooperation and help from not just Bihar police, from Mumbai police as well, which they are not likely to get currently, because the Mumbai police or the Maharashtra government is looking at what is going to happen at the Supreme Court tomorrow. There is some sort of hope that, because of the jurisdiction issue, the case will come back to Mumbai police. Although CBI has taken over the case, we know for a fact that an affidavit has been filed before the Supreme Court by the Mumbai police, saying that this entire taking over of the case by the Bihar police and the taking over of the case by the CBI is completely illegal, and therefore, because the jurisdiction is Mumbai, the case has to come back to them, is a plea by the Maharashtra government, by the Mumbai police at the moment. We'll have to wait and see how things pan out in the Supreme Court tomorrow. But as of now, although CBI is yet to, begin its investigation, a thorough investigation in the case, as the Mumbai police is yet to cooperate, right now, all eyes on the ED investigation, where Riya Chakrabarti and her brother will present themselves in a bit from now.
Yes, be with us. Mihir, the other day we were talking about this video that had surfaced of Disha Salian essentially, and you did mention also that you don't really know about the date of that video, but that video has been doing the rounds. The family of Disha Salian has also come out and said that we don't believe there's been any foul play. There are just so many loose ends. While a lot is being said about a link between Sushant Singh Rajput case and the Disha Salian case, the family is saying that we don't suspect any foul play. What's the very latest as far as the veracity of that video, when it was shot? Any more details on that front also?
Absolutely. You know what, it seems at this moment that, it is hard to verify the video because the family is really not responding and there is no other way to verify the video. But it seems that, it was a party. We know for a fact that there was a party at Disha Salian's house. And these people present are all close friends, and of course Disha's fiance, all of them. Of course, the backstory is that she recently moved in to that house because the two of them were planning to get married and start a new life, and that's why they had called the friends together to celebrate the occasion, and that's what it looks like, pretty much like a house party, and we can see Disha just having a good time, smiling, and of course friends also in the background enjoying the night. But really to get it verified is difficult because right now the family is really tight-lipped. In fact, they are clearly upset with the fact that she is being dragged into the entire case, and how there is some sort of character assassination as far as her is concerned, because there are some really absurd reports that are coming out, and that has really upsetted the family. But they did speak to some of them, and they have maintained the fact that they are clearly convinced with the investigation of Mumbai police. And remember, Mumbai police was in quite a spot, considering questions are being asked whether be it Sushant's investigation or Disha's investigation. Clearly they have not come to a conclusion and arrived at the suicide conclusion very soon, and that is something that brings Mumbai police in spot. But Mumbai police has clearly clarified time and again that, as far as Disha's case is concerned, it was a ADR, accidental death report, and they have pursued the case in the most professional way without any bias.
Okay.
And same goes with Sushant's case. And as far as the video is concerned, of course, we are seeing a lot of these informations trickling in, be it the video, be it the WhatsApp, which is also not verified. We really don't know at this point because
Okay.
there are some of the things which are really one needs to mention, because there is no date in the WhatsApp chat. Also, whether we don't know which number from which of Sushant Singh was that conversation coming out from, and who was really making those conversations. There are several allegations also. So all these information that are trickling out need to be really verified by the investigation authorities, if it can translate into some potential evidence that only an expert can tell us.
All right. Be with us, Mihir. Also, all of you, I'm just going to request you all to stay on. We have some news, in fact, coming in. The story is